Okay, summer 2013, and it's C3, question 5. Pretty tricky, nasty, horrible differentiation with trig, and it's nasty because we're going to have to end up doing the second derivative of this one, d2 1 by dx squared of that one, and that is a quotient rule, and inside the quotient we've got a product and a chain, and it's 4 marks, generous. Okay, the first part I like though, these 6 marks, they're pretty tricky, and a lot of people fall down on them, but I want to show you a way how to do that. Here we go. Sec squared 3y is sec of 3y squared. So when we d by dx, when we d by dy, that one, when we differentiate it, we're going to do chain rule. So we're going to multiply by 2, and then we're going to multiply by 3, and then we're going to differentiate the sec of 3y, and then we're going to multiply by the sec of 3y. And that's it. And 2 times 3, the differential of sec 3y is sec 3y tan 3y. And multiply that by sec 3y, so the answer is 2 times 3 is 6, sec times sec is sec squared times tan 3y. Easy. That's 2 marks. It's actually in the tables as well, I think. dy by dx equals, okay, 1 over dx by dy. So turn it upside down, that's a mark. And then we know, don't we, that sec squared 3y, look, sec squared 3y is equal to x. Brilliant. So we can get rid of that and put x, and the tricky, nasty, horrible bit, and this is worth 2 marks now. We've already got 2 of those 4. These final 2 marks, I need this triangle, and that's going to give us, look, this differential. And this is how the triangle works. We know that from sec squared 3y, if we root it, we're going to get root x. And that gives us sec of 3y. Turn that upside down, we've got cos 3y equals 1 over root x. So go back to basic triangles. The angle is 3y, because that's the one we're cosing, and the cos of 3y is 1, the adjacent, divided by the hypotenuse, root x. So then we use Pythag, and Pythag say that this side is the square root of this one squared plus that one squared. Take away that one squared. So square root x is x, square the one is 1, do 1, take away the other, and then root it. So I know what this side is. So I want the tan of 3y, and from this triangle I can work out the trig of any trig of 3y. The tan of 3y is the opposite divided by the adjacent. So it's root x minus 1 divided by 1, or just root x minus 1. There you go. So I can get rid of tan 3y now, and the tan of 3y is root x, like here, look, here, tan 3y, opposite over adjacent, root x minus 1 over 1. So that's what it is, and that's what I had to show, and we just did. Brilliant. Okay, the final part, this is just nasty technical, and then we've got a bit of algebra. It's a quotient. So the quotient says differentiate the top times the bottom, so that's nothing. Differential of 1 is nothing, and then take away the differential of the bottom times the top, and that's the nasty bit. Well, it will be when we've got to rearrange it, because it says give your answer in the simplest form. So it's pretty straightforward to get a couple of those 4 marks again, like it was in these 4 marks, and then the final 2 are going to be a bit tricky. Tricky rearranging. So I do naught, take away the differential of the bottom, and it's a product rule. So I differentiate the 6x, which is 6, leave that one alone, differentiate that one, leave the 6x alone, and add them. And that's what I get. And then I square the bottom. So square 6x gives me 36x squared. Square x minus 1 rooted gives me x minus 1. So I've got minus all this as well, and I need to rearrange or simplify this square root here and this square root which is on the bottom, because that minus sign, look, that's a root x minus 1 as a denominator of that 3x. So first of all, I'm going to get rid of a factor of 3, because there's 3 and a 6 there, there's 2 lots of 3 there, there's 12 lots of 3 here, and half of 6 is 3, so there's 1 lot of 3 there. So I'm going to get rid of 3 on the top and the bottom. Then I'm going to do this trick, look. If I multiply this by x minus 1 to the power of a half, divided by x minus 1 to the power of a half, the top bit of that fraction becomes to the power of 1. And I don't need to multiply this second one of my fraction, because it's already over, because of that minus sign, it's already over the root of x minus 1. And then I'm going to divide all of that by the original denominator. And so this bit is common, so that goes on the bottom. So that makes the x minus 1, which is to the power of 1, I'm going to add a half onto that power. So that becomes 1 1/2, 3 over 2. And simplifying the top, all I've got left on the top is minus 2 times x minus 1 plus x. So it's minus 2 times x minus 1 times, take away x. And on the bottom, I've got 12x squared as before, x minus 1, 3 over 2. So minus 2 times x is minus 2x, take away another x is minus 3x, and minus 2 times minus 1 is 2. So 2 minus 3x, all over 12x squared, x minus 1, 3 over 2. That's it. That was nasty, I didn't like that. But it was 10 marks. 4 of them are really tricky, 2 out of there and 2 out of there. The rest are plain sailing, really. 10 minutes to do that question. I think you should be able to do it faster than that. Good luck in your exams. Thanks for looking at the video. Have a look at a few more. Cheers for now.